Oh, away we go. Who knows? Maybe we'll get back to the point where I can put my comment section back on. Again, it has cost me about, I think, about 30 subs. Ah, but oh well, life goes on. Obviously, didn't want to listen to me anyways. You were just here to be ignorant. So remember, you unsubscribe and you can stay that way.
And police in Israel say a suspect is in custody after an attack on a nun in Jerusalem. We do want to warn you, this video may be disturbing. It shows a man run toward the nun and push her from behind. He starts to walk away, but then turns around, walks back, and kicks her while she's on the ground. Now, the nun is a researcher for a French school in Jerusalem. Now, France is condemning the attack, and investigators say they suspect it was racially motivated. Foreign correspondent Tom Sufi Burridge is in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Oh, they're really eager to show the nun, you know what I mean? But they're not eager to show how, someone else was willing to stand up and do the right thing and say, hey, bud, you can't be pushing women around, let alone whatever religion they are, bud. What makes you think that you're fucking better than them? That's just really silly. But yeah, they don't show the person that comes up. They're not talking about that.
Tom, what's the latest on this investigation?
Yeah, Dan, this happened on Tuesday. That man is in custody, being questioned by police. It happened in Jerusalem. I mean, again, look at the video. It is being.
He should probably go to jail. I mean, what should be the sentence for beating a woman? I mean, when you got 100% proof, when you got her right on video, there's no excuses. You can't say that's a motherfucking goyim and they deserved it, or they have a fucking different fucking Mashiach than us. You know what I mean? Fuck. Hey, anybody, this is what I believe, and nobody has to believe it or whatever, but if the Jewish people are waiting for the Mashiach to fucking destroy and take out all of their enemies so they can live happily ever after, I think you're serving the wrong God. But if you're waiting for the Mashiach that's coming to inspire you to want to be better yourselves and know that we are the problem. Therefore, you are the only solution out of the problem. So stop being a problem and find your solution. Find your Mashiach. I think, you know what I mean? I think that that's what their Mashiach's going to be about. It's going to be about what Jesus was about. I think, you know what I mean? And me thinking I'm a child of God, and I definitely ain't here for men to follow me. It's all about Christ. And Christ is all about the truth.
And here in Israel, you can see that nun walking away with her back turned away from the man then approaching, pushing her violently to the ground, then walking briefly away, then returning and kicking her when she's.
Like, what does this dude think he gets from God? Do you think he gets a reward? Hey, it's like I don't like who's he serving? What is running through this guy's head to think I just really need to fucking push that woman down? It's like,
Someone then did intervene, a bystander, and the attack stopped. But the man was arrested. He's been questioned by police, and police are saying that he's been arrested on suspicion of a racially motivated attack. The man is 36. He appears in the video to be wearing a garment which is often worn by observant Jewish men, and I think the.
so much hate. That's what they want. I'm definitely not asking anybody to hate the Jewish people, and I'm definitely not asking the Jewish people to hate anybody else. It's against their rules. They don't know it. Nobody seems to know it. I don't know how people don't get that. They're showing us this all the way from Israel, and then they're showing us some soldiers smashing Jesus. I don't know what people think they're getting out of it. Even if Jesus isn't real, what do you think a loving God would do? It's like you're trying to provoke a bunch of people. What do we think? Remember when the Democrats were in office? Because as much as I dump on Trump, do you guys remember when they were inviting fucking people to baseball games and they were twerking on people that had church twerked on Jesus, and it's fucking gross. Where do those people actually like? What is running through their heads? For what? Just for hate? we'll just we'll just desecrate something that people love because we just rather than hey have a conversation and figure out why they or why you fucking hate them so much that you think you can twerk on them. But that's okay because it's fucking cupcake Christian fucking world here. Anyone who's a Christian, fuck, look at us like. Yeah.
Your reliable manufacturing resource, from prototyping to production.
Came to shove during an anti-ICE protest. Now, federal prosecutors have indicted 3 members of the same family for assaulting a.
You see that dude? Another dude just pushing a woman right to the ground, eh? All in the name of peace. This is the good guy. This is the peaceful guy. This is the guy that wants ICE out because they're not loving. When are people gonna see? The Democrats came in, Mayorkas. They opened the fucking borders like the borders have never been opened before. And the American people paid for it. Okay. So imagine all the money wasted on bringing those people in. And now you got to hire all these, so you guys get to pay to clean it up too. If you were trying to rake as much money off the people as you could, that'd be a pretty good setup, eh? Pay to have the fucking immigrants come in and don't question any of them. You know what I mean? Make sure there are some fucking bad ones coming in. That way, you can have another great expense on getting rid of them. You know what I mean? And then you can have Nick Shirley come in and make sure that everybody's swirl potting over fraud too. You know what I mean? And that was a drain. That fraud is all a drain on the American people. You know what I mean? And when I hear Minnesota, I think Ilya Omar. Can we find out if she married her brother and fucking defrauded the fucking country? Can we find out is she that horrible of a person? Like, there's a video. I don't know if I saved it or not, but apparently, like, she's got kids with the. You have to go through it. Like this. Fuck. What's the $30 million shit? Like, fuck. Like, you guys should know that people that want to help people aren't in it to fucking gain from the people like this. Those aren't the real people who want the people to prosper. Like, this is fuck it. They would not use the people that they're supposed to be helping. Like, you just wouldn't have an interest in fucking Like you can have an outside company, but you just why like become that rich? You know what I mean? Like that fucking like people like that should be arrested. You guys should find your answers right away. Like if she married her brother to fucking defraud and bring him into the country because, well, oh, anyways, you guys look into the brother situation. It's all fake and gay, and it's all just well, apparently he's gay too. You know what I mean? I don't know how his father thought that, you know, you could get the gayness out by marrying his sister. If that is the case, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty sick. But I'm not saying that they see the thing is, I don't think they were ever together. I don't think it was an incestuous relationship. Based on what I've seen, I just think it was pure fraud. You know what I mean? But you guys keep letting those people fucking represent you and never fucking get the fucking answers. Behind bars is where they should fucking be. You know what I mean? They're better than us. There's nothing we can do. They hold all the power. Ilya Omar, she's our master. Fuck. Hey.
Sure.
Anyway.
Conservative political commentary. As Jason Rantler reports, both the family and the reporter wish things had gone differently.
We were actually at Freddie memorial 30 minutes after he got shot.
Hey, just Drushko.
It's like that had nothing to do with this incident. Just trying to give you some information to bring you on our side because we're the good side. We were.
Parents have been spurred to demonstrate by the killings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy by federal agents 3 months ago. Earlier this month, the three were at the Whipple Federal Building.
Well, it's National F Ice Day. There are certain locations that people are supposed to go attend.
When things took a turn.
Sort of started, Paige was blowing the whistle. Then it looked like Miss, Savannah, she kind of pushed her face.
James Cook is the attorney
So they're trying to blame it. Like I just common sense would tell me, like if you're there as a reporter and someone's demonstrating, it should be the demonstrator's responsibility to get their point across. They would want it reported. You know what I mean? Hey, you're over here thinking we're trash. Here, this is what we're fighting about. You give us your ideas and record them. Make sure that they're fucking giving out. Make sure they can't clip shit together. You know, you got a bunch of people there. You use that as your opportunity to fucking spread awareness. But no, what usually happens if someone would come in and blow a fucking whistle in your ear, it would, and I'm not picking sides, but I would go like this, like, you're invading my fucking space. I mean, she didn't try and anything like that. It was just like, fuck, like, anyways. So they're trying to justify.
family. He claims video shows Turning Point USA reporter Savannah Hernandez strikes first.
What I'll say is it looked like to me that she pushed Paige's face or her head or something similar to that. And then it seemed to escalate from there.
There was a nationwide F ICE protest that was happening, and I wanted to go cover it.
Hernandez claims she was just doing her job.
The fact that I was assaulted 4 times prior as I was trying to.
I'm not saying that she didn't probably try and antagonize, but we should be civilized human beings who can have civilized conversations, and we can make people look like idiots who do that. But unless we're the idiots and we want to get violent and fucking think that we're the good guys fucking causing violence to take out the trash. Sorry, you're the fucking trash.
From behind, by the way, so every single time I tried to leave, I was assaulted. So the only time I actually tried to defend myself was after the 5th time when I had just gotten slammed to the ground by Krista Shrushko.
Like, look at that.
They wish that they could turn back the clock. Things would turn.
Absolutely. In my world, in my fucking world, in my world, in my world, in my world, that motherfucker would be in jail. He's a danger to fucking society. Anybody who thinks that they have the right to lay their hands on a fucking woman like that, and he gets to walk the fucking streets, and he's putting his fucking brain into children. Somehow I'm a fucking threat. Fuck this world. Fuck you, stupid people. Fuck yous all the fucking way.
And Chris say they've since lost their jobs. The acting attorney general of the United States posted their names when announced.
I don't agree that people should lose their. Well, he should lose his job because he should be in fucking jail. But people shouldn't lose their jobs. You know what I mean? If you come in, do your fucking job, and you're not fucking bothering anybody, but then again, you got to know you got to sit there and do your fucking job. You got to fucking humble yourself because everybody around you knows that you're a fucking shittard. So you might want to change it, but instead, well, fucking somebody down. Then again, fuck.
Today. And the Ostrushkos say they're getting doxxed, even getting threats of sexual violence.
Definitely watch the tapes to get the full picture.
Their initial court appearances are scheduled for May.
I wouldn't want to be anybody who's threatening those people. I think they've threatened themselves enough. Would you want to go to God being a man that was fucking capable, fucking doing that to a woman? I tell you, I wouldn't. Not for a second. See this? Earthquakes at Area 51. Government testing or UFOs. Yeah, that's. So you guys know that it's actually
Soft skin with hard water.
your actual news. It's News Nation. It's where fucking Nimrod is. What the fuck's his name? Oh man.
A former national security advisor from his first term, they were never briefed on this. And I found this to be true all across government, both here and abroad. And yet the evidence is overwhelming that we're not allowed, that there's a lot being kept secret. But the center of gravity of it is not in the government, it's in corporations. My uncle spent his whole career with Northrop Grumman, so the large aerospace corporations holding most of these secrets and run most of those facilities.
Why do you think they're holding the secrets? Is it because they just don't want us to freak out? Like, what's the purpose of keeping it all behind closed doors, whether it's the government or a corporation that's a private company?
Well, I think there are two main reasons. First is that the technologies of how those operate was figured out in the
Now, what I want to know is why is this guy not talking about are we up to 12? How many are we up to? How many UFO people, anti-gravity, all the science people, the NASA people? What are we up to? We up to like 12 gone now? What the fuck is this guy doing about that? He's the one that gets all the whistleblowers together. And we're going to go over and we're going to watch another video. In case you're not Dr. Stephen Greer here, rumors have it. Like, Stephen, you got to just be real, bud. Why you running around telling people you're married if you're really gay? Like, and if he's not gay, then Ian Carroll should stop the fucking rumors about the old fucking newspaper clippings. And he should come clean whether he's Mossad or not. Ian Carroll puts together a pretty good little piece, and we watched it together on this show before, where maybe we should question, because we're about to have this disclosure, and we've got all these fucking people missing now, but we got this Mossad agent, possibly. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying we should fucking find out. We should get old PBD on the case and say, hey, you do your fucking investigations in Stephen Greer and ask him to come back on and see who the fuck he is. Is he Mossad? Because I think Mossad works for the fucking devil. That's who I think Mossad works for. But that's just my opinion. I think we should question fucktards like this who are in charge of other people. Why is he not mentioning these deaths? Why is he not in every fucking news thing all the time? Hey guys, all our people are going missing. Something's going on. What? Like, come on. Can we wake up? But no. Trump, what do you think about all these missing people? Well, I hope it's just coincidence. All right, so we're gonna watch another video, okay? Now that we're on the Stephen Greer case. Okay. Actually, I want to do one thing before we go to that video. I claim to have made a mistake. I was going to clarify and fix it yesterday, and I did not do it. Okay. So we're going to do that right now.
Steer, India landed a spacecraft near the south pole of the moon. That really happened. And it's come to my attention that people don't think that's real because of this cartoon. People think India is claiming this is their moon landing. I'm very
Well, that's what they showed everybody. Okay. That's why a lot of people were like,
because you think India is claiming to have a spacecraft filming it land. The Indian space agents, ISRO.
well, that's what I said. I was like, hey, who's filming this shit? It looks like a fucking video game. It don't look real.
Streamed the entire landing, which included this animation. Listen to the live stream.
We can see the visualization of the lander module moving towards the moon's surface. We can also see the image that the lander imager camera has been providing.
You catch that? Did you catch that they said that this is just a visualization and that the real photos were next to it? These are the real photos taken by the Chandrayaan spacecraft as it approached the moon. And
so we get this little clip of why do we not have like away from the moon? Why do we not have the fucking ride? Like there's obviously a camera outside of the fucking spaceship there, right? Like why can't we have like these beautiful videos of like the moon and like just
even the whole thing, because it's very long. Steer, India landed a spacecraft near this.
But I wanted to show that because, like I said, it don't look real. And then they're saying, yeah, they were just trying to lay an interpretation down with the video game, the one everybody was watching. Meanwhile, the real was on the other side. But I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't want anybody coming in going, because I don't think it's real. How could India land on the fucking moon and you guys would spend bazillions of dollars when India, who's never been to the moon before, and America has, and you mean to tell me that India is more technical and they have more advancements than fucking America, and that they could go on the moon, and we just want to do a flyby, spending billions of dollars so that a few people can capture and see the most glorious thing that they've ever seen. But there's no videos of it to share with everybody else. We just get some fucking pictures. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. It fucking crushes me to think that the moon landing wasn't real. You know what I mean? I wanted to be an astronaut. I can prove it. I started taking the steps and then they fucking crushed me right off the bat. No, bud, your eyes are not good enough. You can never fucking be part. You can never be pilot. Anyways, we're gonna get back to Stephen Greer, right? What or did you guys see this? We gotta go this before we go back to Stephen Greer. This would be fucking hilarious if this happened, right?
Using paint should not be complicated. Get expert.
It wouldn't be hilarious. It'd be fucking really sickening, but it wouldn't be surprising. So it's kind of funny that it happens because it really fucking shouldn't, but who knows what we're being told
Should
anymore.
they get you whether you're coming or going? As long as it's our money going either.
Yeah.
The president, I was told, no longer trusts Israel. He now believes he was misled. Kidding. No kidding. So, according to Seymour Hersh, who's probably the greatest reporter of the United States history, has been right about it.
So, according to Seymour Hersh, I'm not making this up. Jimmy Dore isn't making this up. If it's made up, it's coming from.
He figured out the Nord Stream pipeline, the piling master. He's been.
Well, the Nord Stream pipeline shouldn't have been hard for us people to pick up on, but they tried to convince us that Russia did it to themselves.
Journalists around. That's why, and you know he is because they keep trying to discredit him. But he says that Trump is going to pay off Iran. That's what he's saying. Spoiler alert: Trump is going to pay off Iran. This is what he's saying. Will Trump cut a deal with Iran? Despite reports to the contrary, some in the Israeli leadership believe the president is considering paying off the Iranian government to open the Strait of Hormuz. Wow, good news, America. Not only are we paying for the war, now we're paying for the apology for starting the war.
Well, that should only be fair, right? I mean, but not really, because like I mean, if you're gonna follow your leader and your leader makes a mistake, then maybe it's only fair that you guys get to pay for it all. $25 billion to open the Straits of Hormuz that you guys already have a blockade in here. You're winning. You're winning. You're winning. How's your gas prices, guys? You winning? Are you thinking about it when you go get your gas prices? Are you thinking, if this oil will start it out and it comes from North America, why is it costing us more? The whole Venezuela thing was supposed to make it less. Why is it still costing more? Donald Trump now says that countries are coming and buying from America rather than going elsewhere. So why is it still so high? Because it's manufactured that way. They make you perceive certain things to make you think it's all right to do the stupid shit that they do to you. I don't understand. I don't understand how they keep changing the gas prices when the oil that's here in North America isn't affected. But then again, if we were smart enough as humanity and we had to use oil, we would know that it would be put in the earth for everybody. We wouldn't allow people to own the resources that were fucking meant for men to better themselves and come together with. Instead, we got convinced that somebody was smarter than us and that they could be allowed to do that. The resources should be used for the people. I think that's what Gaddafi had in mind, but Anyways, so well, there's fucking yeah. He wants to be a king so much. Remember when he said he loves the way that Kim Jong Un's people respect him? Was it Kim Jong Un or was it Xi? I'm kind of jealous the way his people respect him. That's not respect, you fucking retard. That's fear. And if they actually took a look at what they fucking feared, it's only themselves. Like, look at, I mean, if you've seen Chi in the back streets or fuck, are you going to be scared of them? Probably not. You know what I mean? They're just human, just like everybody else. But because they tell you that they're special, that they get fucked. They scare people. They don't scare me. They're just a human. I don't want to hurt them, but I want justice for them. You know what I mean? Because they have to take responsibility who for they are. I'd love to see little Chi come to Jesus. You know what I mean? I've said it from the get go. There's nothing better than fucking watching demons flee from a human. And the only way that can happen is if they have to face the truth. Greg Locke is not fucking taking fucking demons out of people. Remember when they say, "Oh Lord, have we not removed demons in your name?" No, because you weren't operating in the truth and you didn't know how to get those demons out of fucking people because you didn't have a conversation and fucking find out properly. Oh, fuck, whatever. I just don't believe in that shit. The truth is what can remove demons, and that's Christ. And if you ain't got Christ, you shouldn't be saying you're removing. That's just my thoughts, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, the king. Oh, you guys want a tidbit of information about the king before we get back to Stephen Reed? I mean, Dr. Stephen Greer. What I found out about the king is he owns Disneyland. He owns Disneyland in America. I don't know if he owns the one in California, but he definitely owns the one in Florida because that's his land. Did you guys know that? That land belongs to the monarchy. Because DeSantis tried making them fucking pay for fucking, you know. But couldn't do her. It's not his land to dictate. That belongs to the king there, DeSantis. Take a seat, you little fucking bitch. Because DeSantis, you guys gotta watch DeSantis. He's all about Sharia law. Sharia law! No Sharia law! No, it should be God's law, you fucking dumb dumb. Listen, they're trying to swirl pot everybody. I know it. They're trying to get everybody to hate one another, and it's working real well, to tell you the truth. But we gotta say, hey, it no works no more. You're not for us. You're against us. But then again, fuck, we'd have to come to the conclusions and find out who the bad guys are. Well, who's the bad guys, Carl? Probably the deep state that fucking Donald Trump was coming to take out. But if I had to guess, there was a deep stater. I put my money on Bill Gates. I don't know if he is or not. I think there should be an investigation. Him and Epstein were working together on a panty. You guys know about the pandemic. You know how I've always felt that that was kind of a setup, and then fuck when Epstein comes into it, and Bill Gates, and I got to know how much money Bill made off of it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Fuck. Bill Gates. Listen, guys, he was their green guy, right? He was the green guy. Everything green. We're going to demolish the planet. We're destroying ourselves. We got to go now. And then Donald Trump comes into office and he's like, hey, Oh, I make some money off the oil. And hey, Billy, I got the files there, big boy. Are you still green? And well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Bill came out in an interview and went, "No, we're good to go now. The work that we put in is whatever Trump wants to do. That's what we should do." And I just thought to myself, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. And if he does get caught, he's just going to say that Epstein knew that he was cheating on Melinda. Oh, man. Hey, let's get to her. Because. Whoops.
Okay, let's rewind. A freak hailstorm hit, sending this group running for shelter.
Now, I don't remember this story. Maybe you guys do. I don't really remember it, but just it popped up on my feed and I found it very, very interesting. Because you guys know I'd like to hear from Stephen Greer and I'd like for him to, unconnect the dots with the dots that Ian Carroll connected, you know what I mean? Like if he's Mossad, he's gotta go. You guys gotta tell him you gotta put him in jail or you gotta say you gotta go back to Israel, bud. You know what I mean? You're not for us.
Are Susan and Robert Levy. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'll just start here. Again, I am so sorry for the loss of your daughter. I'm so sorry for what the last 25 years have been. How are you both doing right now, particularly given what tomorrow?
I know. You're like, Carl, this is 25 years ago. What are you doing? Well,
day by day, one step at a time, one breath at a time. I'm still working, but it's always on my mind. But of course, over the years, it's not quite as well. You just can't keep in your mind all the time. You have to go on living.
It's tough to think about.
The answers are a little bit softened.
Just
can you imagine? That must be a certain kind of hell, eh? Living knowing that somebody hurt your daughter and that you may never get those answers on why your life had to be crushed because somebody thought they were fucking okay to take out your daughter. It's got to be hard.
That Chandra's killer has never been found after all this time. How do you process that? And number two, do you speak to law enforcement regularly about if they're looking into any leads? Are they still investigating this?
No, not as far as we know. I mean, they sort of blew the case, and then some person screwed up the witness, on purpose, and so that's why they let him go. And of course, the trial was screwed up as well. So we don't know.
Sounds like there was a lot of multitude of mistakes. From people who work for the people. Like it's pretty bad if parents are sitting there saying, it looks like they fucked up on purpose. This almost looks fucking like it was on purpose.
Real truth. But so many things has happened since then that we have other ideas.
Can we explore that a little bit? So just to be clear, you don't necessarily believe that Gwandi K was involved, that that he might have been the wrong person. You believe there's something else that might have happened to Chandra?
Quite Yes, quite possibly. Although, he's still a suspect. I hope he's not still second here, but we don't know. But around the same time Chandra was in Washington, Stephen Greer had his UFO.
What was that tattoo on his?
We don't know. But around the same.
Was that like MS? Maybe. Is that a gang thing? MS1 or something? Isn't that a gang or something? Wouldn't want to be a gang member going to God. You know what I mean? I mean, people can hate me for saying that, but really, I'm not the one in the gang, and you're the one that has to face God. So if you're not upset by being in a gang, then stay in the gang. You know what I mean? But remember, when you have to go to God, you can't have a gangbang. You're there on your own. You have to speak for your own actions.
Chandra was in Washington. Stephen Greer had his UFO conference in the first couple of weeks of May. He presented a lot of witnesses, a lot of whistleblowers on the UFO subject. And at that time, Chandra mentioned something that she knew about the UFOs, that Congressman Condit was on the committee to learn about UFOs.
When he's on the Central Higher Intelligence Commission, she says, "Oh, he believes in UFOs like I do, and that he deals with this stuff." So then it left me thinking, knowing Chandra, she's very inquisitive. Could she have known something that she wasn't supposed to know? And
yes,
she have been wiped out because she knew too much. If you go back into it,
is that possible? Could she have been wiped out because she knew too much? Now, if you knew something and you wanted to go to somebody and let them know that you thought you could trust, you would probably go to Stephen Greer. Hey, can you imagine going to the enemy to try and help the people? Now, I'm not saying Stephen Greer is the enemy, but I ain't saying he's our friend. And I'm saying we should probably find out before it's too fucking late and they pull off whatever it is that they want to pull off. Because I want you guys to remember one thing. Well, hey, let's just bring her up. Donald Trump Galactic Federation.
aliens exist.
Yeah, we'll put her up on the screen here. Well, we'll let this go a little bit more and then we'll go over the Galactic.
Kennedy was killed. Marilyn Monroe, of course, they thought she had a suicide, but maybe she was murdered.
Yes, and Admiral Forrestal, many years before, and William Colby, the head of the FBI, the head of the CIA, they were all murdered. And of course, Stephen Greer has a list of other people involved in the intelligence on UFOs who were murdered back then. I know there's another list now, but this was in the early 2000s and long before that. So we can't say it was a part of the CIA that did it, but there's always suspicion because it sort of ruined Stephen Greer's, when all the news came out about Chandra.
Well, by the way, I should let you know, I think he was just on my colleague's show right before this, Katie's show right before this, Dr. Stephen Greer. So you talking about it, this is very, very relevant right now. I mean, I'm sure you know, there's a big case going on. There's a big investigation about these missing and dead scientists. Are you, just to be clear.
Why didn't they ask Stephen Greer about it? Or did we miss that? Because we had that interview on. Maybe I'll have to go back through and watch. Why wouldn't they talk to Stephen Greer about that?
Do you think there's a connection between Chandra and what we're seeing now?
You never know.
There certainly could be. We're not saying that's what it is, but it all sort of fits together.
Let me ask you this. Are you hoping that as this is getting a lot of attention and they're investigating this, that this will provide renewed interest or somehow have a connection into Chandra's case? Are you trying to communicate with the people investigating this?
No, you're the first person that we've really gone to speak publicly about this. I've been told that not to touch the subject.
Not to touch it, like Digney Sheehan, who Stephen Greer's former lawyer, told us not to get too involved with it because certain element of the CIA is getting rid of people who might be too involved with it.
Stephen Greer's fucking lawyer warned them not to fucking do this because they get hurt. Stay quiet. Don't ask questions about your daughter. Just sit and let it rot in your fucking head. Don't ask any questions. They said they don't know. They're just ordinary average people who want to know what happened to their fucking daughter. And they're just trying to put shit together. I'm not saying it happened one way or another, but I'm telling you guys, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that Stephen Greer. Find out if he has talked about those 10 or 12. But that's fucking gross that Stephen Greer's fucking lawyer will tell people to shut the fuck up. Stephen Greer has to go to God. Stephen Greer has to go to God. Stephen Greer has to know he has to go to God. There's no getting out of it. The Mossad can't protect him, or anybody can't protect him. So he better be who he says he is, rather than fucking who Ian Carroll says he is. Because one of them's going to go down.
People right now that are afraid, and they are people who have spent a lot of time in government work.
A lot of people are threatened, such as Tim Burchett, the congressman who's really interested in that. Tim Burchett has been told a lot of things, and he's sort of fearful of something happening to him.
So it's a lot involved.
Well, don't be fearful of something happening to you. If you know something, tell the people, and the people will protect you. You can't let the fucking shit turds run the fucking world and tell us what to fucking do. Tim Burchett needs to stand up and be a fucking man and pick his people over his fucking government.
Here, aside from the timing of what you just mentioned in terms of what happened with Chandra and the different and what was happening with the UFO community, is there any other evidence, anything else you can share with us about why you believe there might be this connection?
I don't know. It's something that I thought of 2-3 years ago. I was at Contact the Desert, and I felt a strong, intuitive thing coming from me that there's a possibility there may be a connection. We don't know what really goes on in the government. So,
oh, imagine that. That's craziness, eh? A mother's intuition saying, oh, fuck, I need to fucking look into this. Good on them to stand up to fucking people who are trying to fucking not threaten them, but not threaten them. You know what I mean?
us don't know the truth about many things. And as you know, the fuel situation and people who are controlling the politics of the world, they're not always given the truth.
Yeah, I know President Trump wants to reveal it, but he's got to be careful because what happened to Kennedy and what happened to all these people.
See what I mean? Watch that you don't get tricked and fooled. This fella, he doesn't know what a narcissistic little twat waffle fucking Donald Trump is. And I'm not saying that justifies anybody to try and go after him. Because the title of this, I seen someone did something on Facebook and threatened Trump. You can't go threatening people. You can't threaten them. Because really, in the end, they're only a threat to themselves. So I'm trying to tell people, you're all about what you do. You know what I mean? So watch out that you don't catch yourself in some voodoo that you do and end up in poo poo. Because you know what I mean? We have to, you have to start realizing who you're following. What, like, it don't make sense. Donald Trump says he he's going to let out the information on the UFOs. He's going to, and then all of a sudden, oh man. Oh shit.
People.
See, disclosure, someone knows the truth of what happened to my daughter, our daughter, Chandra, and what has happened to a lot of other people that have disappeared, gone missing.
Could you imagine if people could find out there was really God and that if you had any information about their daughter, whether you did it or you have to come forward? Because if you sit in silence, you're sitting with the devil. You know what I mean? People don't realize. You know what I mean? It's like if you're not living in the truth, you're not living with God. It's like even like these scammers who scam these old people or whatever. You're gonna have to go to God being a scammer. Like there's no getting out of it. There's no saying, "Hey God, I did what I had to do to survive." 'Cause I think God's gonna do. No, you did exactly what the devil wanted you to do. And now you're in some poo poo. What that poo poo is, I don't know. I don't claim to know. I don't want to know. I want to stay the fuck away from it.
And have demise in mysterious ways.
I want to take it back for a second. And it was something in the earlier clip
Yes.
showing of the press conference, we're showing these photos. I think a lot of times it gets lost. Who was Chandra, right? Like after all these years, I know you still think about her, and it's of course you're going to be thinking about her. Who was she? What was she like as a person? What do you want people to remember about her all these years later? Because she's not just a statistic. She's not just victim bashing. Who was she?
That's right. She had high moral standings, and she really did for the government and believed in Constitution and believed in politics the way it's supposed to be. Our country has gone to a lower moral ground, and I think she would have a lot to say if she was here now. And so I'm her voice, and I think she would be very unhappy of what's happening, the division in our country, and the value of lives are in jeopardy, as well as people having a struggle.
Yeah, talk about the value of life. I think we've forgotten about the value of life because we don't care about other people's fucking lives. It's like if you just happen to go to Iran and just fucking blow up a school full of children, it's like, what? That's a casualty of war. No, that's a casualty of fucking Satan, and you will all fucking go down with them. Any fucking retard who thinks that their tax dollars should go to blow children up is a fucking retard of Satan. A fucking retard of fucking Satan. Retard of fucking Satan. You're a fucking fucked in the head, you're fucked in the brain, and you're fucking stupid. I'm tired of sitting back fucking being a fucking listen, guys. You don't follow the fucking commandments. Not my rules. I don't. Do you go to fucking hell? Does Triple T with his 5 fucking purple hearts fucking killing for a lie take him to fucking heaven? How many fucking veterans do you think are going to fucking heaven who have fucking willing to kill for the fucking most evil empire that has ever fucking lived on this face of this fucking earth? Do you think you get to go to heaven? Do you think God blesses fucking America? Do you think fucking like what do you people think? Like honestly, you can't get past fucking commandments in the Bible, and then you want to sit there and fucking tell others how to fucking live. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live. I'm trying to say if you believe in a God and those are the fucking commandments, you cannot fucking break them or you're a retard. And that goes for the Jews and the Muslims. Those are the commandments. And they think you're even a bigger fucking retard if you're into Christianity. Because if you're into that shit, you got nothing to do with Christ. You have nothing to do with Christ. You're one of the fucking retards who think he fucking died for you. And there's nothing you have to fucking do. And it's okay to fucking kill children with your fucking dollars. Holy fuck, I'm tired of this world. Holy fuck. I got fucking. Are you okay, Carl? What the fuck have I been saying for the last 6, 7 years? No, I'm not okay. I need some fucking help. I need someone to fucking talk to. I think the world's all fucked up, and instead it fucking tried driving me crazy. Fucking drove me insane, but yeah, but still I got to fucking keep half my fucking brain and go, fuck, fuck living in two different fucking worlds. Because nobody will fucking talk to you. Nobody will fucking take any fucking time. I'm dying in lies. Fucking lies are fucking destroying me. And I'm out here the whole time. Please, I think I'm fucking being destroyed with lies. Can somebody fucking help me? But no, what do I get? A bunch of more fucking retards who are allowed to fucking run around thinking they can fucking lie on people. Think they can get fucking people's children taken away from them based on their fucking lies and stupidity. And then justify it saying they're your videos. Yeah, they're very much out of fucking context. And nobody ever talked to me about the fucking videos to see what they were all about because everything that I have put on this fucking internet has been out there for a reason. And I don't delete shit and I leave it on there for a reason so I can fucking explain. Because you cannot fucking explain growth if you cannot fucking show people. Stephen fucking Greer. Here, let's go on about the fucking Galactic Federation of Aliens. I have to seem like I'm the fucking retarded one here. Oh, we should have Donald Trump. There's a Galactic Federation of Aliens. Well, yeah, your fucking news crew should have been on it fucking years ago.
Our plan to protect Ontario is
President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Payam Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general said the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity.
Do you guys trust Israel and the United States government? If you do, you're a fucking idiot.
See, and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is.
You have to evolve and understand what space is. If there was intelligent beings out there, they would be telling us not until we get our consciousness together, because we're a bunch of fucking retards. And if they were good, we would want to hurt them, regardless of whether they were good or not, because they're different. And we don't like different. But maybe they're the same. Who knows?
Is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American.
So remember, they're doing experiments here. And what did we hear? Was it Tim Burchell or no? It was like, oh, the guy that crossed the border with the 17-year-old girl. Matt Gaetz. And Burchell confirmed it. We're building human fucking alien hybrids. I'm not making this up. I'm not saying this. Your government fucking officials are. You know what I mean? Is it a long-standing joke? Do they change it along the way? You know what I mean? Because the Galactic Federation of Aliens that the Canadian Defense Minister talked about definitely wouldn't have been on the side of Trump, because he talked about we're not supposed to be fracking around. And he was talking about us getting to know space. It was more about us fucking not being so smart. They were trying to keep their eyes on us, make sure we went in the right direction. That's Canadian Defense Minister, not me. I do want to know. I think I did it on yesterday's video or not. But on Tuesday, I seen one of my, I think it was a spaceship or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. One of the things that looked like stars. But you know how we were watching earlier? No, because nobody stays on here. My clicker stays at 0 and 1. But anyways, Area 51. The earthquakes and stuff. If you go to he's in with my subs. So if you take a look, Mr. MRB 333 or something like that. And you go and there's someone who took a video who lives in Palmero. I believe that's the name. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on the name. But anyways, it's close to Area 51. And they were taking a video. You guys should go check her out. It's pretty interesting. It's definitely something. And it's not a plane. And it's not just one. It's one big one with like a few travelers with it. But you guys go look at it. This is fucking real. These are real videos that people put in. This isn't. But you guys go check her out for yourself. I just thought that was interesting because it's from the other day, and now we're seeing all this shit going on at Area 51. You never know what it could be, right? What is it? Anyway, let's go. Oops.
Representatives. Now, this former head of a branch of Israel's defense ministry is 87. He was very well respected, at least until now. And he said all this in an interview with an Israeli newspaper in Hebrew, but it's really taken off after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post.
Former Jerusalem Post, former Israeli space security chief says aliens exist, humanity not ready. This Galactic Federation has supposedly been in contact with Israel and the US for years. So maybe their Galactic Federation is the fucking lizard people. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Space Force is built to go against the fucking the Galactic Federation of Aliens because, or who knows? Maybe this is all a plant just to make us. Who knows? Is there going to be a fake alien invasion? Is there like what? We should ask questions before they give it to us.
He says he's come forward now in the hope that his news will be accepted as true. He notes that if he'd made these claims 5 years ago, he would have been hospitalized, but now he says, I've got nothing to lose. Well, so far, President Trump has not tweeted about this, though remember a year ago, he did set up the Space Force as the fifth branch of the US Armed Forces. Well, we did ask the White House, the Department of Defense, and Israeli officials to comment. So far, they have not responded to the NBC News request. And I wonder if they ever will.
Well, why wouldn't you ask them in front of their fucking faces? I doubt they ever will. Like, why don't you force the question? That way, if something does happen, you can go back and you can say, hey, Don said it didn't exist or it did exist, like whatever, you know what I mean? You could stop a plan in its tracks. Because unlike your government and my government and all the fucking governments around the world, I do think that we're ready for the truth. And I do think that we deserve the truth. And no one has the right to tell us whether we deserve the truth or not. You know what I mean? We're not a bunch of babies. We don't need to be fucking coddled because if there's a problem, the more people that know about the problem, the easier it can get fixed. But if nobody knows about the problems, then the government thinks it's smart enough to solve our problems. And what if it's not? What if there's an average individual out there who's just a regular person who can just come up with a way to help the fucking world? But instead, we leave it in the hands of a bunch of fucking people who tell us they're better and smarter than us. Keep us in the dark. But I refuse to be in the dark. And in order to get out of the dark, you got to find the truth. And in order to find the truth, you got to ask questions. You know what I mean? Make sure you have reasons for asking those questions. And make sure if you have the opportunity to ask that individual themselves, don't go behind people's backs. Don't fucking try and deal with them yourself. And then if you get nowhere, move along and expose policy. So I went off there about if you're willing to kill for a lie, because that would hurt a lot of people. I'm saying you have to give yourself to the truth. If you sit in denial and you think that what you did was good in a lie, what happens when you die in the lie? I say this to try and benefit people. I don't know everything. I don't claim to. But I do know that being with Christ, you can't be a hater or a killer. And I would suggest that people who got manipulated just accept it and give the pain back to the people who gave it to them. And forgive them. And know that they have to now take that pain to God. If you don't want to. 'Cause that's the only way to get to God. Hang them with their own pain. Don't hold on to it. Can you imagine George W. Bush? Bunch of men all around the world waking up to the fact that he tried taking them to the devil to fight for his lie. No one was punished. 1 million Iraqis and not one government official punished. In fact, Victoria Nuland got a promotion, I believe. I'm concerned about Stephen Greer, and I don't know if he is bad or not. But I suggest we ask before we get disclosure. Because if you got a Mossad agent, and you might not be getting the real deal. But anyways, I'm gonna go, and who knows what can happen later. It is Friday. I'm definitely not going anywhere.